What are the reasons why? Appreciate the honesty from all of you. It's not easy out there. Keep your heads high, men. Story 1. Honestly, it's such a relief just to know so many other people are struggling. I am very hard on myself for not being worthy enough to find someone who likes me as much as I like them, yet I know I have so much going for me. This reminds me that I am not to blame and to keep trying my best. I really needed to read some of these comments. Story 2. I have personal issues I am working on. Granted, I will be working on them for the rest of my life, but I would like to get to a much healthier and better place in life before I worry about adding dating into the mix. Besides, nobody deserves to put up with me as I am now. Story 3. Dating is like a job interview nowadays. Except I have to plan the interview, pay for it, arrange transportation, and I'm the one getting interviewed. It's ridiculous. I'm completely out. Story 4. It is a humiliation ritual you are paying for, like paying a clown to throw pies at my face. It is probably the most depressing, soul-crushing, time-wasting action I have ever participated in my whole life. Story 5. Does it count as checking out if you never really started? No one ever seemed interested in me, and the few times I tried to initiate, I got shot down. So here I am. Story 6. I'd say I checked out, but it's tantamount to you can't fire me. I quit. I think a lot of guys who have checked out of dating only did so after a significant period of failure. I'd love to know if there are men who are able to access casual dating who also check out versus being exhausted by rejection. Story 7. Fed up, to be fair. Feels like a waste of my energy learning everything about another human for it to fail. No matter how hard I try. I have a lot to offer, but I will just die alone. Story 8. Yes. In my 30s, it's not worth sacrificing my peace to get played again. Especially when you feel like a bad person for having boundaries and for feeling like a handyman or therapist for years, only to be called a narcissist or weirdo like seemingly all the rest. I still miss her daughter calling me dad and being the one reliable person, but never again. Story 9. The vast majority of men are lonely. We do not get many matches if we try to use dating apps. We are told that we should not approach women in public. Because of this, there are not many opportunities to meet women outside of dating apps. When I was in the dating world, I had to deal with so much nonsense. I had to deal with women ghosting me or leading me on. I had to deal with women using me. Women would cancel on dates constantly. A lot of them simply did not want to put in any effort and expected me to put in all of the effort. This is not to say men have it hard and women have it easy. Women have to deal with a lot of nonsense as well. I can only speak about my personal experiences. I do not have the energy to date. It is exhausting. I know there are good women out there, but I just do not have the emotional energy to put myself through that turmoil. Story 10. What's toughest to stomach is the all too frequent sense that the woman you are dating expects some sort of Disney-style, revelatory experience on a first date while putting in minimal effort herself. Story 11. Why keep trying something that doesn't work and makes you feel bad? Just staying in my own lane. I'm still cautiously optimistic that I could meet someone, but I'm not actively seeking. Story 12. It's just not a fun thing to do. Online dating is horrible. Having a crush on someone in real life is also tough because they are never single. Women only seem to be single for a week in between relationships. So, 99% checked out because everything else in life is less work and more fun. Story 13. Yup. Utterly done. If someone wants me, I am easy to talk to. If not, no worries. What I am looking for in a deeper relationship with a woman is something that very, very few are willing to provide. Emotional support and restorative intimacy. Story 14. I have absolutely explained it to my therapist with this comparison. If you were on a sinking ship in shark-infested waters, everyone is going to have to seek refuge. Some get lifeboats, find the perfect partner early in their lives and live happily ever after. Some swim to shore safely but are weary, find the perfect partner after lots of effort and time invested but still are happy. Some get maimed and stung by jellyfish and have limbs bitten off, nasty divorces, abuse, etc. And some simply drown and become shark food, folks like me. I'm not trying to be doom and gloom. I'd love the opportunity to meet someone good and someone with common interests and goals. The trouble is they're too hard to find, and you have to traverse those shark-infested waters to find them. Right now my ship isn't sinking, and I'd rather stay out of the water. I've been single for 15 years, celibate for 9 years. Since removing the women from my life, things have gotten so much better. Life has become simplified and easy. No lying, cheating, deceit, betrayal, theft, gaslighting, abuse, nothing. It's nice to come home to peace and quiet. No arguing or fighting about what channel to put the television on. For God's sake. I wish there were great matches for me out there, and there probably are. Finding them is another story. 8 billion people on Earth and I'm supposed to find the one? Fat chance. So I just threw in the towel and have learned to do what makes me happy. It's not so bad. Story 15. Me for the last 3 years. I am only 38, though, and I spent all of my 20s and half of my 30s in relationships. Quite frankly, I am enjoying the peace. Once I feel that I want a partner again, I will start dating again, but at the moment, I am enjoying my freedom to do things on a whim. Story 16. Unfortunately, I attract women who are either just getting out of toxic relationships and aren't used to being with a decent person or are still damaged from previous relationships. As you can imagine, that can be draining, especially if they constantly tell me that I'm the only guy who treated them properly or whatever they say, which is a red flag for me now. My most recent relationship ended because she was still emotionally damaged by that prior relationship. She did say she had baggage, so that was kind of on me, but the heart wants what it wants. After that, I checked out for the time being. I'm at the point where if it happens, it happens. But I'm definitely tired of it. Story 17. I have unfortunately had to rely on online dating, and there is just no point anymore. Every girl I meet seems so uninterested in actually getting to know me. First dates feel like an audition for me to prove to her that I am worthy of a second date. The only girls that seem to show genuine interest are the ones with lots of baggage, so they are impulsive and non-committal. They are interested in me until the excitement wears off. Then they drop me like a sack of potatoes and move on to someone else. It is just demoralizing every step of the way. Story 18. Not there yet, but I'm fairly tempted to give up. It feels like I can't meet anyone who's on the same wavelength as me. It's too expensive, and it never feels like my effort is being matched by the other person. Story 19. I'm 33 this year. It's just too weird for a 33-year-old guy with no family, no kids, no exes to date. I feel like people think that there's something wrong with me. Story 20. I don't blame people, but even the best-intentioned women I've dated, and watching my single male friends date, have shown me that people are too broken to date. Mental health problems, financial pressure, and a general selfishness and lack of compromise have ruined it for me. I'm too broke, and my heart is too fragile to afford another failed attempt. I'd rather suffer the pain of loneliness than the pain of falling in love just to have it ripped away. I'm fed up with being made to feel not worthy of love by modern standards. I could go on. Story 21. I've been out for a few years now. I could get dates with probably 6 and down, and every single one thought she was entitled to everything with absolutely no commitment or support. Oh, and that she was a 9 minimum. Utter insanity. Forget that. Story 22. I'm done with dating forever. Dating is a mind game for teenagers and young people still in their 20s. I'm almost 39 years old, have 2 jobs, rent and bills that need paying, and I feel like I have better things to do than waste time and money on entertaining strangers that I don't even like at all, just because they want a free meal, and because my mother and other idiots think that I need to try dating. Story 23. Waste of my damn time, dating 6 months for her to tell me she is not ready. I completely checked out, but now girls approach me because I am not interested in them. But that's just another stupid ego thing. Story 24. Yeah, I won't even try. Women have applications full of the entire catalog of men. What's the point? Plus, I know more than a few older men who divorced, sold the family home, and can't afford another one and now live in vans or caravans. It's a little shocking. It's really too dangerous to even bother. Story 25. I'm not a man, but I have worked on dating apps. You know what they call male-presenting users? Users. You know what they call female-presenting users? Inventory. Don't depend on dating apps in case you needed any encouragement. It's all a scam. Story 26. I would not say I have checked out, but I am pretty close. Dating apps are a misery parade. I tried speed dating. Nice idea, but it is a little disheartening when no one picks you in real life. Meeting women everywhere else is basically impossible. Story 27. I'm about 90% checked out. My last serious relationship crushed my soul, and the only women who seem interested are the ones who told me to take a hike in my 20s but are now running out of options. I still kind of want to be a dad, but the thought of raising a kid at 40 seems daunting. Looking at the trajectory of the world, I feel like it would be criminal to bring someone into this. Of course, this leaves me in this pointless circle of wake up, work, chores, hobby, and sleep, and I really hate it. Story 28. I have been single by choice since 2016. Although I get approached and asked by women to hang out, I am just not feeling it at all. I would rather do my own thing at this moment. The dating pool is filled with women who have delusional high expectations. Story 29. I've checked out for the time being. It's not anything complicated. I am not mad at dating or women. I just am enjoying my me time and not interested in giving any of that up just yet. Story 30. I dated someone in 2021 for about 4 months. I do not believe I will ever seek out someone to date. It's too taxing on my mental health. I'm trying my best to be okay with the fact that I will likely be alone for the rest of my life. Story 31. I'm a bit socially awkward, so I'm never going to meet someone naturally. Dating apps are just a cesspit of scammers and subscriptions at this point. All of the effort seems to be put onto the man, first introduction, first time asking to go on a date, what to do and where the date will be, and I'm terrible at making decisions. The last person I went on a date with knocked my self-confidence and self-worth through the floor to the point I'm not even sure if I'm a decent human being anymore. In other words, way too much effort for little to no results and sometimes a worldview-shattering kick in the balls for good measure. Story 32. Yes, decided to just work on myself and try to be a better me. I had a lady tell me they found me attractive lately, and we've hung out a couple of times. She has too many red flags, and I honestly just don't know if I can even fall in love anymore. That's the closest I've been to a date in about 5 years. I've been burned too many times. Story 33. 95% out for almost 3-4 years now. Unless I meet someone in person, it's not going to happen because at my age, the options on dating apps the past few years since COVID is actually becoming horrendous. Story 34. I am 39 and have not checked out. I have been single for 8 years and I did go on one date. I really have no dating opportunities. In real life, all the women I know are bartenders. I've tried the apps and met lovely bots on them. So it's not so much that I've checked out of dating, it's that dating has checked out of me. Story 35. I went on Tinder for the first time in about a year last night, and it hit me like a brick. I don't even have the right words to describe how I felt. Swiping through dozens of almost identical profiles, everything felt lazily surgical, like an emergency operating room in a septic tank. Cookie-cutter pictures, poses, and punchlines, mass-appealed and devoid of personality. I felt absolutely nothing. Not even a shred of interest. It was super disheartening, honestly. After flipping through it, I just deleted the app and had to go touch grass. There was no way any of the profiles I saw were worth the powerlifting competition that would be starting or holding a conversation. Obviously, Tinder isn't all of dating, but finding people organically has never been harder, and I rarely have the opportunity to do so. It's tiresome, after growing so much as a person, to look out and not see anyone that seems worth being excited about. I think I'll just stick to hookups and friends with benefits for now. No sense investing in this bubbly circus. Story 36. The system is mostly rigged against you. Men only get flowers when they die. The ghosting levels are abysmal in this day and age. The appreciation for men is literally minuscule, and the best guys I know were destroyed financially, mentally, and emotionally through divorce. You have to work on yourself and appreciate your time. Actually love yourself and heal. Really work on yourself first. If it happens, it happens. If not, you have peace. Listen to Bill Burr and Patrice O'Neill. Story 37. Yeah, I dropped out. Honestly, the bear thing was the last straw. I mean, I get it, but if that's how you feel seeing me coming, if that's the hole I have to dig out of, I'm good. Me and the boys will play Helldivers, spread some democracy, leave you all be. Story 38. Yes, 22 years so far. When I was younger, I saw so many married men with the look of, kill me and put me out of my misery. When I was older and dating, I could see why they would come to feel that way. It is terrible, no thanks. Story 39. I tried, but last weekend killed it. Nice girl, same hobbies, talked, and she thought I was cute. Arranged for me to pick her up at 7:30. I'm there at 7:29, and she says to wait because she's playing League of Legends. After 20 minutes, she finally gets out and we go to my place. We hung out and cuddled for a bit, went to go down, and there was awful body odor. This was all on my days off, which I get 6 every 15 days, but I'm doing stuff with a lot of friends and family, so the actual days to myself are few and far between. Just too many experiences like that. Awful manners, not really putting in the same effort, getting cheated on, it's just not worth it. I'll try again once I'm done with all my schooling and have my career set, but I'm still not looking forward to it because I'll have decent pay. Playing the game of, is she with me for the money, is not what I want my late 20s to be.